Moms on It was at least initially created to address that extra support that women need, coming back into the workforce. Certain things in the company that need to change, and to the more people you talk to about, you realize, okay, well, this is not just a problem with my group or my manager or with me. Maybe there's a company-wide issue that needs to be addressed, and there's strength in numbers. So if Moms on It says, hey, we've heard about this issue from a number of people, there's bad information being given out, I don't know, on maternity leave policy, or issues in a certain location with access to a place for pumping. There's at least a voice. All the issues involved with coming back to work and trying to navigate all the benefits that you have to reestablish, and all the confusion that you in the company, that the HR reps, you speak to 10 HR reps about maternity leave, and you get 10 different answers to the same question. So so we held a meeting to discuss what are the issues that people want to need help with. Camaraderie. It's really just a place to make new friends, and to meet other people, not just women, but other people, because there are some guys that come, that are in maybe the same stage as life as you are, and to get to know people at a different level, not just you tend to kind of with people professionally who have similar interests and that you work with. It's actually a way to meet other people on a different level, on a parenting level. A lot of what we do, what we think, everybody's in an office and have access to these lactation rooms, which are it's evolved over time, but they're pretty nice rooms now, and it's been much easier in the past. But there's still a whole group of people that report into the field, leave from the field, meter readers, people that are just out in the field the whole time, that are moms and have the same needs, but they don't have the facilities that we do in an office environment. So we've been invited, Jessica and I, to talk to these women through EEO. They have a group that focuses on especially women in non-traditional roles, women in the field, roles that in the past it was men doing, and now we have women doing it. We've actually been able to facilitate conversations between these women and their supervisors, and starting to give options for women to take on an office role, while they're still breastfeeding, especially during the first 6 months of a baby's life, to establish the milk supply, when it's rather uncomfortable, where you have to constantly be pumping, have these women, give them some kind of, administrative role in the office, and then send them out, back into the field, but giving them the option of doing that. By providing this information, getting the word out of what are the benefits, and how to navigate through the system. If you're getting answers from your HR rep that don't sound right, we're a way to bounce those ideas, questions off of us, see whether it makes sense. So it's another, we're another source of information. People come to the meetings and contact me. A lot of times they'll let us know that, hey, there's a bunch of moms that are at this facility, and they don't have access to a lactation room. Can one be established? And we'll go to Terry Luisi and say, hey, there's this group of moms, it looks like there's a need at this facility. And then, they've really been able to, every time we've identified a need at a facility, they seem to have been able to find a spot and establish a formal room. So can't say it at every facility, but at all the major facilities, we definitely have a spot. It's good for the company. It's a happy employee is a better worker. An employee with healthier children, we have less medical expenses for the company. The company is self-insured. The less the children are sick, the less the employees are sick, the less the employees are taking time off from work. So it benefits everybody. This is purely Con Ed program. We do have a vice president that has sort of taken us on as under her wing, Marion Caselli, who is the I think she's a senior VP, I believe, for customer ops, and she's really taken this on as personally as something that she's interested in supporting. We met Marilyn through a Women in Con Ed meeting. We approached her and tell her about our ideas of creating this Moms On, and she was very interested. And since Customer Ops is the organization in the company with the most number of women, especially young women, because you have the meter readers,
right,
you have the customer service reps. She has taken it on a particular interest in the program, and has been our sponsor. Because she's a mother herself. Our measure of success, if people are finding us.
Okay.
I think I think it's also a measure of success when the company mentions us in their official reports. We've made it on to several end-of-the-year reports where the company has taken credit for Moms On It. So I think for us. I think that's a measure of success, that we're being officially recognized by the company. People are seeking us out. I think that it's also a measure of success that we started off at Irving Place and now we're in Brooklyn. And every year we seem to get another location. Next year I'd like to see us, establish a formal presence in Westchester. Our first meeting, we were very misunderstood. When we advertised the meeting and said that we wanted to talk about benefits and HR, they got very defensive, because they were like, well, that's our topic, that's our territory. You can't have a meeting to discuss these issues. And and then when we invited them, they were a little reluctant to come because they thought we were trying to attack them. So I think over time people have seen us. It's not just trying to point fingers and saying you're doing something wrong, but see that we truly have everybody's best interest in mind. I think that the greatest accomplishments of the group have been the establishment of as many of the lactation rooms, access to the lactation rooms. I think that that's something very concrete, and the fact that we have these support groups at so many different locations now, that I think that was a major accomplishment. It's that it's not just something for the management people at Irving Place, but we've been able to reach out into the field and at the different locations and provide a voice to people and just an ear to people. I mean, people are really, a lot of these issues are very, very emotional.
That's true.
And I think it really, I think people feel like they're not alone in dealing with these issues, knowing that we're out there. One thing that was brought up, it was a suggestion of somebody in the field, for the women that are in the field, not just having the choice of taking a desk assignment, and not being in the field, the idea of having a mobile lactation room, basically having a truck, that maybe, in the back of this van, there would be ability, for people to use, so that it's not such a stigma. Oh, she's been put in the office because of this. To make it a little bit more seamless.